Are you sick and tired of thinking of a million swing thoughts while you're swinging and just getting paralysis analysis and rendering you completely useless on the golf course? This is the number one drill that you need to be doing to get that natural feeling of your swing back. So golf is a very hard sport because it's very, very technical and there's lots of different ways that you can swing the club. The best way for you to swing a golf club is the way that naturally suits your body. I'm a big believer in that everybody has their own natural ability to be athletic and to swing a golf club the way that it's meant to. And when I'm talking about natural motion, let's just reference throwing a ball. If I was going to throw this golf ball out towards you, so say we're a distance apart, I'm not going to think about where I'm bringing my arm, where I'm moving my weight, how to step and how to throw. I am going to look at you, I am going to throw the golf ball and my body is going to react. There's a few key things that naturally need to happen for an efficient golf swing. As we make our backswing, and I'm going to reference this whilst also looking like I'm throwing the ball, as we go back, there will be a transfer of pressure into our trail side. As we continue to go back, that pressure and weight starts to move forward to counterbalance the weight of our arm and what will be the club going backwards. So by the time our arm or backswing is complete, we have already transitioned forward, ready to use the ground to push and accelerate our arm through. That is the general concept of what happens in any throwing or any hitting sport. Okay, it's comparable to baseball, whether you're throwing a baseball, hitting the baseball, tennis, cricket, golf. They all have this common natural movement pattern that you need to get down, and it's going to help you feel getting your natural swing back. So here's the drill that we're going to do to get you feeling natural. I call it the 3-2-1 drill, and I believe that this is the best drill that every golfer should be doing. It helps to get you in the proper positions without thinking about it. It helps you to transfer your pressure in the correct manner. It helps develop a good tempo, and it's completely natural. We're going to start by breaking the swing down to 3 parts. We're then going to condense that down into 2 parts and then finally bring it down to 1 part, which will more mimic our full swing. So how we're going to set up for this drill. Take your normal stance. We're not going to hit a ball. I want you to hover the club out in front of your lead foot. So you'll set up like this. We are going to start our backswing with a bit of momentum from the club. And as we start swinging back, we are going to step off the ball. So we're going to allow our trail foot to come off the ground and step backwards as we wind up and swing to the top of our backswing. The reason we do this is a very common fault with amateurs is that we don't get enough rotation in our backswing and our arms end up collapsing and getting too narrow. By hovering the club and getting momentum and stepping, it helps us to properly get our pressure off the ball and help us to develop that strong coil going up to the top of our backswing. We're not being static and thinking about, oh, move the club here. The club will be in motion. So as we step and turn, the club will naturally go where is best for your body on your backswing. Okay, so after we have hit this top position, what you will feel is pressure into your lead leg and your weight more on your trail side. You should feel nice and wide with your arms and a good turn, a nice turn and coil up to the top. From here, part 2 of the drill is we want to put our pressure back into our lead leg. I want you to feel like you are loading down into this foot. Okay, we are wanting to use the ground to help us accelerate the club through impact. Now, the key as we transfer this pressure forward, do not allow your chest to open up and do not pull the club down in any way. Feel like you are still reaching the club as high as you can. So when we're in this finishing position from step 1, all we are doing is shifting this pressure and weight into our lead leg. From here, and I'll show this down the line, when we get into this position, now we have a ton of time and a ton of space that we can accelerate the club properly and move it down on the proper plane into impact. If you spin your shoulders too early, we now have closed off the amount of room we have. This is what flings the club outside and what causes people to cast, and really only gives you one option of cutting across the ball. And if you don't slice it and you actually manage to square the face up, it'll often result in a big pull. Okay, so we want to make sure we're not opening our shoulders too early to give us time and room to actually move the club down in the correct position. So now step 3 for the drill. We have our pressure forward into our lead leg, our shoulders have not opened, and our hands are still high. Now the final part is we just need to think about two things. We want to push into the ground with our leg without allowing our height to change. I don't want you to push and stand up. Feel like you are maintaining the height of your head in relation to the ground, and push, allowing your leg to extend and move your hip out of the way. This is how we get proper hip rotation in the swing. All right, we are not trying to force a turn. We are pushing in a straight line force into the ground, which moves our hip out of the way. At the same time as pushing, I want you to just feel like you are throwing the club through the ball. It's as simple as that. It's a push and a throw. So when we piece that all together, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3. That is the most simple, natural sequence of the golf swing. And our hand positions will differ person to person because every body is different. But this is what's going to help you get into the natural, correct positions and have that correct sequencing to allow you to consistently hit good shots. So practice this drill. First, do it without any object on the ground, just hitting onto the turf or a mat. Do the reps on that. You can never do enough practice of this sequencing. Go reps, get comfortable doing that, and then we're going to add in an object of the ball. So if you're at the range or you're on a mat in a simulator, you can do this. Do your reps without the ball, and then what we're going to do is move in and hit a shot doing it. So hover the club out in front. 1, 2, practice that until it feels nice and comfortable. Okay, now that you've mastered doing it in 3 parts and you're feeling comfortable moving in that pattern, now we're going to condense it into 2 parts. Now to do this, all we are doing is combining steps 1 and 2 from the 3. So where we were going 1, 2, that is going to be one movement. All right, so we're going to set up the exact same. We are going to swing and step and load that pressure back. That is the end of step 1. Okay, practice this. Get comfortable with that movement. When we reach the top of our backswing in our normal swing, we're out on the course hitting a shot, we already want to have started transitioning our pressure and weight back forward. If you reach the top of your backswing and you are stuck on your trail side, this really minimizes the amount of time that you have to hit the ball. You have to get your weight back forward and try and time up the hit of the strike, all within the fraction of a second that the downswing takes. We want our weight and pressure to have started transferring back whilst the club is still going into our backswing, because then by the time we are at the top, all that we have to focus on doing is pushing and accelerating the club, hitting the ball. Gives us our time in the backswing and the downswing to be able to hit consistent shots. Okay, so visualize that again. Set up the same, swing back, and load that pressure forward. Again, do not open your shoulders or pull the club down. That is 1. And then step 2 is the same as before. We are pushing into the ground and throwing the club head. Get comfortable with that. Do it in a sequence. Do 3, then do 2. Do 3, then do 2. Okay, get comfortable getting that pattern down and that sequence down. Okay, and now that you have gotten comfortable doing 3, doing 2, we're going to combine it into 1. So I want you to do a practice swing first. Still start with the club out in front, and we're going to combine that motion all into 1. Do it slowly first because it's going to feel a little bit odd still. I want you to go through the motion of feeling what it's like to be more fluid and dynamic as you're doing this. Okay, because we're not stopping anymore. We're doing it in one continuous motion. So do some practice swings, hitting just the ground, get comfortable in that motion. Now set up to a ball, and again, do a slow-mo practice swing next to the ball first, and then set up and hit a shot. This drill is the biggest game changer, and it will absolutely transform your game. Get out of your head all of those thousands of swing thoughts. Work on this drill exclusively for your practice, and it will absolutely transform your sequence and your consistencies of strike. And best of all, it will get you feeling natural. All right, you'll be out on the course, and then all you have to really focus on, if you're on the course and you're feeling a little bit off, if you just do a practice swing, feeling that motion, it might just tick and be like, oh, okay, I felt that I was just a little bit off here or a little bit off there. You can then self-diagnose and bring yourself back to be able to get consistent again. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more. I'm going to be posting more long form content of my coaching coming now. If you want to go check out all the shorts, I'm posting daily there. But stay tuned. We've got more coming. Thanks for watching.